Hello and welcome to Special Moves. This is another 10 essential questions video about Red Dead Redemption 2, where we are currently being robbed. My name is Mike Williams and this gentleman is Liam McKelvey.
Hello.
Liam's on the reins today. That's cowboy speak for being in control. He's playing the game. We literally are being robbed, aren't we, Liam?
We are.
What's going on here?
We came to a bridge and some bandits were like, hey, you shouldn't be here. And then I was trying to turn around and they were just like, nah.
Classic cowboy situation, really. Just some guys saying, hey, give us some money or die. That's just what things are like in the Old West. Have you been having a nice time with this so far, Liam?
I have. I've played it quite a lot, and I think I'm on chapter 4. I don't know out of how many chapters, but I've been having a good time with it. It's been a very enjoyable game.
Well, this is a 10 essential questions video, and I do, of course, have 10 essential questions for Liam to answer. Many people will be wondering, is this one of many more Red Dead Redemption videos that you're doing Special Moves? Please God, why is it another Red Dead Redemption video? It's just because it's the biggest game of years, ages in
Maybe ever.
Yeah, and well, it literally is, isn't it? Like the
biggest
highest
entertainment opening weekend or something like that.
So if anyone asks why are we doing another Red Dead Redemption 2 video, let me firstly say this is probably the last one. Secondly, it is the biggest anything ever in terms of opening weekend. Apparently, that's what Rockstar said.
Yep.
It sold very well. So, with that out of the way, Liam, what is it?
It is an open world cowboy. I don't want to say. Well, I was going to say I wouldn't say simulator, but it is quite immersive.
It is, isn't
and
it?
There's
really?
a lot of focus on like almost granular detail, like shifting through cupboards. If you want to loot a cupboard, you've got to go through the entire cupboard.
It's like immersive simulation rather than like technical simulation, isn't it? You've got to clean your guns and you've got to maintain the horse, and there's so much detail in it.
Yeah.
You were pretty. That was the first thing you said about it, really, wasn't it? Like the level of detail was pretty huge.
Yeah, it seems like everything in the game has like some sort of mechanic tied to it, like cleaning the guns or customizing the guns, where each individual part, well, not each individual part, but the big parts like the barrel and stuff, you can change them out. Yeah, like brushing your horse, you got to feed your horse. Even like now, I lost my hat in that little shootout we just had.
I was about to say, you can literally, as you can see, Arthur, who's supposed to have a hat on, does not have a hat on because it was shot off his head.
Yeah. And that hat won't come back until you go and get a new one or put it back on at your wardrobe.
I think and you've kind of got this weird like mini wardrobe on your horse, which I really like, where you can store 2 or 3 different outfits and you can store a couple of hats and stuff. I really like the way they've done the horse in this. It's like a little mobile base. So you can only carry 2 main weapons at a time, and then a couple of or 2 or 3, and then a couple of like sidearms. However, you can load as much as you want on the horse, pretty much. So you have to go to the horse to get your Winchester rifle or whatever, or whatever it's called, if you want to use that rifle, and then take them off with you. And it's a really cool way of managing it. I think a sim is a really, I haven't thought of that before, but that's a really good point.
And even stuff like just riding through the river, like I did there. If you stay in the river for long enough, it'll actually clean your horse.
Yeah,
and just little details like that.
Because again, your horse can get dirty.
He can.
You've got to brush the horse, innit? Enough about dirty horses, though. Who done it? Who made this game? Who are they?
It was made by Rockstar, published by Rockstar, of GTA fame, of Midnight Club fame, if you've ever played that game.
Midnight Club, I love that that's where you went second. That's very
Bully,
interesting.
Manhunt, they've made a lot of games.
I love that you went Midnight Club, that's ace, but I reckon a lot of people would have gone Bully, I reckon, second. Maybe Max Payne.
Yeah, they made Max Payne 3.
For me personally, one of my favourite Rockstar games is The Warriors.
That was good on the PS2.
Yeah,
that was good.
I love that film as well. So that it was a really cool kind of brawling game, and had that amazing like cross-body dive thing. So if you'd run into a brawl, you could literally like jump sideways in the air into a crowd of people. It was a lot of fun.
That was a good game.
So they made this game, and
they did.
Does it feel Rockstar-y to you? That isn't the main question, but just a little sub-question.
Definitely, yeah. So if you've played Red Dead Redemption 1, it will feel a bit different, this one, because it's got, again, a lot more like immersive type mechanics. It reminds me a bit of GTA San Andreas, which had that little RPG style. If you go to the gym and go
Someone wants help there.
I'll try and help them. But yeah, if you go to the gym in GTA San Andreas, you could get like better stats, and this is in this game to a degree. Like the more you sprint, the better you get at sprinting.
Yeah.
The more you fight, the better health you get. Yeah. Just little stuff like that.
Yeah, there are exactly. There's kind of subtle RPG elements in there where this is a big thing for me. Like I think I said this in the podcast, where you feel like you role play this more than most role playing games. Like you're kind of encouraged to role play as Arthur Morgan like a lot, which is great. So what's the best thing that you've done on it? What's the best thing to do on it?
So I think that my favourite thing so far has probably just been going through the story, because the story kind of takes a bit to get going.
Yeah.
So I'm on chapter 4 now, and I only feel like the story's kicked into high gear at the minute.
Yeah.
But some of the missions are exquisitely well staged and put together.
Yeah.
Like there's an early mission where you do a bit of a robbery, and it's just like the action and everything is so well choreographed that it's just fun. It's some of the best open world missions I've played.
Yeah.
In recent memory.
It does feel very natural to me as well. They don't. When I'm in a mission, the way that the game kind of puts continuity on everything, like you go from gameplay to cutscene to mission so smoothly, no loading screens or anything, and it's all handled very cinematically. It does feel like the stories, the story missions tie in very, very naturally to what you kind of want to do in the open world as well. Anyway,
they do, yeah.
If you want to go explore, if you've just moved camp and you've arrived at a new town, for example, there probably is a couple of story missions about heading into town and taking some of the camp members with you, to see what you can do there. So it's pretty nice continuity and stuff. So this is a Rockstar game.
It is.
What's the shooting like?
The shooting is good, I'm happy to say, and it's probably closest to GTA 5, maybe Max Payne 3 in terms of how good it handles.
Yeah.
Because in Red Dead Redemption 1, it was good. But in this one, again, they've put a bit more focus on kind of the immersive aspects. So whenever you aim, I'll try and do it now, you've got this little circle, if you can see that, when you aim.
Yeah.
And so that's your accuracy sort of meter. So if you fire before that's fully closed in, you'll just fire off a less accurate shot.
Yeah, exactly. You could fall anywhere within that circle,
yeah,
right?
So if you're going for a headshot, but that circle isn't fully closed in, you might miss.
Yeah.
So it's not a guarantee.
So it encourages you to take and hold your aim before you fire,
definitely.
which is very clever.
It's a bit more methodical, I would say. You've got to actually put some thought into when you're going to pop out of cover.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get straight back into cover after shooting someone.
Someone's shooting you back there, by the looks
yeah.
of it.
Let's go see what this is about. It looks like they've gone, but
I think there was a white blob on the minimap I saw heading west a little bit. So
yeah.
if you just kind of head down west that way, I saw
up
some
on this mountain.
Yeah, possibly. There, you see that kind of white.
This is another thing. Just all these little random event type things that happen in the world. Looks like I've got to go around.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I've done this one. It's a weird guy.
Great. This game's full of weird guys, as most Rockstar games are.
Yeah, so there you go.
Weird guys.
Get a little cutscene now, if you just talk to this guy. So he's like a New Yorker, fast talking.
Yeah, you can tell that by his nice jumper and his tie.
Yeah. There's a lot of this as well. A lot of these cinematic type cutscenes where you just have a conversation. And it happens. It happens with NPCs. Happens with your camp members, and it can range from anything from a big story moment to just a little slice of life conversation.
It's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty good how they just kind of pepper this stuff in very, very naturally, the way you just seamlessly went into this very cinematic experience here. Very cool, very cool. So what's the punching like?
The punching is also good. And it's a bit more involved than most games. You've got to pay attention to the animation of whoever you're fighting. If they're going in for a swing, you've got to hold square, I believe it is.
You really do. You can't just... I haven't found any fight where I've just been able to batter them.
Yeah, you can't actually just mash the punch button and expect to win. You've got to actually, play a bit defensively when you need to, go on the offensive when you have to.
You'll get found out like straight away if you're not trying to think about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get found out by the AI. They will kind of knock you on your ass and stuff.
And even the enemies or NPCs who you wouldn't expect to be good at fighting, they're still pretty good at fighting.
Yeah. And there's obviously some story moments where you have to kind of have a bit of a brawl. And it's, against some big dudes and stuff, and they take ages to go down. And if you let them get around you, they'll just absolutely pound you. You'll get battered. I like how it feels kind of suitably cowboyish somehow as well.
Yeah.
It feels like how they punch each other and before even flipping Clint Eastwood and stuff, like with John Wayne films and stuff, where you get a big kind of smack of a punch.
Like the one knockout punch.
Yeah, big swings, big cowboy swings.
It is very like that.
It's pretty cool. So we've been doing a lot of horse riding in this so far.
We have.
There's a lot of horse riding in this game, isn't there?
There is a lot of horse riding. A lot of the game is actually spent travelling between towns, between missions, all on your trusty mobile base, as Mike called it.
Yeah.
And it's
not a horse, it's a command centre. It's a mobile command centre.
But the map is very big.
It's huge, man.
Should I show it?
Yeah. So let's have a look at the map then.
So this is where we are now. We can zoom all the way out, and that is the map.
But
so look at all this. This is the massive map.
This is early game as well, pretty much.
Yeah. So all these areas that are in the fog of war are places we haven't actually been yet, and they won't actually appear on the map until you go through that territory.
It's quite enormous. And I think the horse riding stuff is difficult to say whether you'd be into that or not. And I'd be really interested, because obviously a lot of people are playing this or have played it already by this point. But I'd be interested to hear where people fall on this, because I actually love the amount of manual travel there is. It's quite difficult to fast travel. You've got to buy the upgrades and stuff in your camp if you want to make that happen, or you can use the train or stagecoaches. But even then, it's still quite limited where you can actually go. And you do end up traveling by horse loads,
an awful lot,
loads. And another thing, which is really important, great little design decision, I think, is that with before now in all games that have horses in them, you press some direction on the D-pad usually, and they whistle, and doesn't matter where in the world you are, your horse just shows up. That doesn't happen in this. You've got to be close to your horse. You've got to be within a mile or whatever for them to hear the whistle.
Yeah.
And then even then, it takes ages for them to actually travel to you. You've got to wait for the horse to come to you. It's great.
All that attention to detail and focus on immersion.
Yeah.
It's just literally everything you can think of is tied to some sort of mechanic that's meant to be immersive.
Yeah, it's all like you say. It's kind of like logic based and stuff. And here we are. Got a little...
So here we go. We got a nice quick draw.
Yeah,
but
you can't. Oh,
I was too slow off the draw.
Yeah,
I was too slow. But luckily, we can just load that again. So.
And to be fair, we've got the bottom right of the screen cut off here, which is quite essential viewing for a quick draw.
But as you see, it loaded in pretty quickly.
Oh,
and again. Well, to be fair, this guy, he's like an old gunslinger who's wanted for murder.
Just shoot him in the ball straight away, innit?
I've got to bring... It's because it's a bounty mission, which is one of the many side activities.
Can you not shoot him in the leg? Oh, you got...
I shot him one too many times, but... So yeah, I've got to bring him in alive. So I had to disarm him by shooting the gun out of his hand. Lasso him. And yeah, now I've got to bring him in.
Oh, I kind of feel bad. He's an old gun, and you shot the gun out of his hand, and you tied him up. Why is there a bounty on him? Did you read? Did you read what the...
I did. I'll show that off now. You got the inventory.
Yeah.
And where is it? Books, letters, treasure maps, photograph, bounty posters. Joshua Brown, unlawful killing.
Oh, okay.
So don't feel too bad for the guy.
Well,
so you can pull it out there.
That's one
$40. Not bad going.
That's one of my main and only problems with the game, is the amount of murdering that we end up doing, and that's I know we're bad people, but it's still got video game quantities of killings.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where you end up shooting single-handedly 25 guys.
It feels like some missions you end up massacring the entire town.
Yeah.
In a shootout.
And if you compare that with Western movies, just for some kind of metric, where Clint Eastwood would be a legendary outlaw for gunning down 3 guys.
Yeah.
3 lawmen in one go. Well, you end up doing that. You end up doing that to like 6 guys in story missions, 2 of which are holding people by the throat. You end up headshotting them all using Deadeye.
Yeah. So there's some video gamey stuff it can't
still
get away with escaping.
As hard as they've tried to and succeeded, absolutely succeeded to make it feel like a proper, like you say, simulation is a great word for it. Forget what you think of as a simulation in video game terms. Just it does feel like a good representation of what it would be like to be a cowboy in games.
For sure.
So, a couple of essential questions for you now.
Go on.
Better or worse than Grand Theft Auto 5?
Better.
Better or worse than Red Dead Redemption 1?
Not sure yet, because Red Dead Redemption 1 is probably one of the greatest games of all time, and by review score, this is too.
This is too, yeah.
But I don't know how it's going to play out.
It's a test of time, that, isn't it? Like, it's the kind of question you can't answer.
Ask me in like 2 weeks when I finish the game.
Well, it's probably a matter of years even. Because I imagine Red Dead Redemption, people would have been holding that up as like, oh, this is incredible. But it probably wasn't until a few years later that people really were like, holy shit, that is one of the greatest.
The first one's had time to mature. This one has been out a week.
Yeah. All I can say on that topic is that it basically achieves what Red Dead Redemption achieved for me in terms of making me feel like a cowboy and stuff. And I gotta say, this might be controversial. I really don't know where people stand on this, but I think I prefer Arthur Morgan to John Marston.
His character is growing on me the more I play it.
Me too.
At first I was like, ooh, I don't know if...
He's a slow burn, isn't he?
Yeah, he comes off a bit rough and tumble at the beginning, a bit of an arsehole, to be honest, because he's always like, someone will make a joke at him and he'll threaten to kill them.
Yeah.
Just like off the cuff.
But he never once says he's a good man. He never once... That's what I like about him.
He's got no illusions about who he is. He knows he's a bad criminal who is a murderer and a wanted outlaw, and he doesn't pretend to be anything different.
But the way I play him, he is kind of compelled to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Apart from when it comes to doing something for the gang or for Dutch, in which case he'll just put on a mask and murder anyone.
Exactly, yeah.
So he's got like these leading like this double life.
He's a bad man, but he's got a code of honor almost. But yeah, he's grown on me. I like him. I think he's a good character.
Me too. And I, like I say, I think I prefer him to John Marston. I don't know if it's just like the voice actor, because he's got like this Woody Harrelson kind of thing going on a little bit. But yeah, I think this thing's a great character. So who should play it?
Who should play it? If you're a fan of Red Dead Redemption, goes without saying, play it. You'll probably love this one.
You've already played it, haven't you?
Yeah. Same with, if you're a fan of Rockstar games, you're gonna like this. It's got everything. It's got the trademark polish and open world goodness that Rockstar are known for. Other than that, I think, who hasn't played it? If it's the biggest entertainment opening weekend of all time, or whatever it is, Rockstar.
Left,
yeah, you could even probably get people who aren't into games playing this. I
think there are. I think from anecdotally, I know a couple of people that I know in real life who don't play that many games, but this was still like a day one pretty much buy for them. Like they just feel for whatever reason. But I think 2 reasons maybe, particularly cinematic in presentation, especially the opening. I absolutely love the opening. Really jumped into one of my favourite video game openings list kind of thing in my head. So this is the camp, right? Is it?
Yeah. So we'll try and get back to the camp, although it is a long journey away. We'll try and get there.
And the second reason is, of course, the fact that it is a Rockstar open world game, which is always a big event. Like the new Grand Theft Auto is always a huge occasion, right?
Yeah, because Rockstar don't release games that often.
No.
So when they do, it's big.
Yes, Ubisoft. Do you understand that? That's how
you get a Rockstar game once every 4 or 5 years.
Exactly. GTA 3 was GTA 5 was 2013.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 1 was 2010.
Yeah.
And then obviously they've re-released Grand Theft Auto 5 and spent loads of money and time on GTA Online.
So I could see maybe a PC release of this.
Yeah.
Because they'd be silly not to, really.
Okay, final question.
Okay.
Will you be playing Red Dead Online almost immediately based on what you've played? Will you be are you dying to jump into Red Dead Online based on what you've played?
I would say I'm not dying or like, really eager to get into it, but
Yeah.
I will definitely play it. I hope it's not like GTA Online, which sort of got caught up in the whole massive grind.
Yeah.
So I hope they don't really go down that route again. But if it's anything like Red Dead Redemption 1 Online, which I have many fond memories of playing, like with friends from school when I was in high school, and I'll probably put a lot of time into it if it's anything like that.
I don't think a lot of people realise that what Grand Theft Auto Online is basically what Red Dead Redemption Online was first. That was kind of a prototype for
big open world map shared with a bunch of players, and it was fun.
Yeah, you had stuff to do. You had like big kind of gang.
You could do gang hideouts.
Yeah.
I think you could do stuff like poker and
the
mini games and stuff like that.
And you could I remember the like marketing, the open world Life in the West trailers that they had. Marketing Grand Theft Auto Online was like, gather up a posse and go and take down, whatever, cattle rustlers or whatever. You got like there were missions for you to do, which was just ace. So that's Red Dead Redemption 2. 10 essential questions answered. It's a very good game. We're playing a lot of it. Let us know what you think of this game down in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We'll see you very soon again for another Special Moves video. Thanks for watching. See you later.